Hi, welcome back to the Whole Shebang Podcast. This is the first time you're meeting us in person. But anyways, I'm Bailey.
And I'm Raquel.
Today, we are testing out video for the first time. I know what y'all are thinking. What the hell is this thing on my nose? It's so I can breathe. It's fine.
You think that's what they're thinking? I think they're thinking, why do you have a weird light up tree behind you?
Timu is an addiction.
Yes.
So that is why we have a light up tree.
There's another one, you just can't see it.
Maybe one day we'll give you a room tour and show you where we're working out of.
We have a really nice room in Bailey's house that we've been recording these in, and no one has been able to see it. And of course, what we're up against is just the plain wall.
We're gonna fix that.
More listeners, so we can buy more things from Temu.
Woohoo! It's super cheap. Okay, but carrying on. Today's episode, we discussed last week, and we are going to be doing dream interpretation and tarot readings.
We are not professionals in either of these things.
No, but we try.
And we have books.
We do. So we can look up what our dreams mean and how messed up our psyche is.
Yeah.
One of my dreams a long time ago that we talked about on the phone was me turning into a pig.
Oh, yeah.
Apparently I turned into a pig and then back into a human because I had to help someone give birth.
I dreamt that you were a slug and I lost you and you were attacked by bugs. A talking slug. Well, you've seen Epic, right? The movie Epic? You were that slug. If we were in the movie Epic, you would be the slug and I would be the snail. This is how our conversations go, and she makes that face.
A lot.
You're doing it again! You're also parroting me again. Here we go.
Once.
We wanted to talk about dreams. In April, we started trying to do dream journals.
Which have been super fun and
Entertaining.
Sure. Trying to write down your dreams when you're still half asleep. Hence why I looked at my phone, because that's where I have my dreams stored.
I switched mine onto my computer because there was a lot of them.
You dream a lot. I don't dream as often.
And you can kind of tell from my dreams what I've been watching, which is kind of fun. Because it's like, oh, I was into that anime in that week because I kept dreaming that I was in a dungeon and battling elementals and throwing fire at things. So, it's fun. It's a good reflection on what my current entertainment has been.
I only started dreaming a lot more when I started taking melatonin to help me sleep. And then I started dreaming a lot.
Just be happy none of my dreams are the really terrifying ones I sometimes get, which involve waking up in the middle of the night screaming.
You've only told me the fun ones.
For a reason.
Yeah, you can keep those to yourself.
So we've gone through our dream journals. We picked a couple really random short ones. We're going to share them. And then maybe do some interpretation with this beautiful book you have here, The Dream Dictionary.
I ordered this off Amazon years ago, and I swore it never came. But when we moved to my new house from my apartment and I was unloading all my books, I found it. So Amazon did, in fact, send it to me.
Somehow I'm not surprised.
Yeah, that's usually how my life goes. I don't know I have things until I find them years later.
Shall we?
We shall. So who wants to start? Do you want to start or do you want me to start? So this is one of my dreams that I thought I'd share with you guys. I was at my old elementary school, but it was transformed into some sort of military training base. Me and my old classmates were sent on an obstacle course. We had to fight through tight spaces, climb through deep snow, and so on. As I ran through the race, I was in first. So as I went through obstacles, I would replace them so that people behind me didn't get through so easily. I would knock over boxes to cover the holes and block things. I finished the race in 47 minutes. All the teachers were bragging and chatting. The one teacher who blew the whistle to end the race had a big belly and mustache.
Was it somebody you knew?
No.
Oh, interesting.
After I finished the race, he popped his belly and walked away laughing. After everyone had finished, I sat down with my friends, and apparently my boyfriend, I'm gay, so I don't know why I would have a boyfriend in this. But anyways, I was being lovey-dovey with my other friend and not my boyfriend, so he kind of got pissed.
With your boyfriend.
He got jealous, and I sent him off with everyone else, and they were like, oh, by the way, it's time for you to clean the barbecue. And then I woke up.
Were you barbecuing that day?
Not in the dream.
Does the number have any significance to you?
I don't know. 47? I mean, I'm way off. 47.
You're gonna be 31 in a couple days. Happy birthday, Bailey.
Yay.
Maybe when you're 47, there'll be a man with a blow-up belly. I don't even know how you interpret that.
Let's look at the Dream Dictionary. Does it have anything about popping bellies?
I highly doubt that. I think that's just a you dream. Maybe look up
Forgive me.
belly. See what a belly does. Stomach.
Past life, out of body. Nope. Lucid. Nope. Okay. A. Aches. Acid. They might have belly.
Well, belly doesn't start with A.
I'm gooey. See how impatient she is? Hold on.
We're gonna be here for an hour.
How many words can start with A? See, we're already on the B's. Baby. Elmo.
Watching you through the camera doing this and then seeing you in my peripheral vision is fantastic.
Yeah. I'm just letting my glasses slide down my nose. So I can look like a... No, I want to look like a sexy teacher!
Teacher, maybe. I don't know about the sexy part.
Rude!
Gotta roast you every once in a while.
Rude!
Gotta keep you humble. You're in bedroom.
Get in there.
Do you know how letters work?
They don't have belly. They have bereavement.
Stomach.
Oh my god, now I gotta go to the essays.
I hope you're enjoying this.
They have a large section on sex. What was I looking for? Oh. Stomach. Here we go.
You're hurting me.
Why?
Because it's taking so...
Oh my god, do you want to look them up?
At this point, yeah, kind of.
We're almost there. I'm on Q. That's stage, staple, stab.
Stab is something I'm thinking about doing.
Family. Oh, stomach. Oh, God. Stomach. See, body.
This is the greatest episode yet.
Because we're recording for the first time.
We probably should have done these interpretations and then started recording.
This is the fun part.
You thought that's a good idea, and then you're like, no, I'm gonna try to make it sound like we planned this.
It's not a good idea unless it's my idea. She also has a thing on her laptop that has pictures of us. Body has a lot of things, okay? There's like cold or dead body.
Body parts.
There's belly. It also has anus. Abdomen, stomach, or belly. When dreams focus on your abdomen, belly, or stomach, they're referring to repressed feelings and emotions.
I used to have a lot of dreams about owls, and then it told me that owls meant someone untrustworthy wasn't around me. But it's been a long time since I've had those dreams, so I don't know who that was, but they're not in my life anymore.
It's not me, at least.
Okay, I'll read a fun one. So I had a dream that I was in a cabin in the woods when I was driving around. My youngest brother decides to throw a hissy fit and steals a motorcycle and drives away. Now, I should specify this brother does not have a driver's license, so the whole him driving on a motorbike is really weird. We, meaning my mom and I, chase after him. And we end up in this weird hillbilly farm in the woods, and we're exploring, and it's pretty much like a scrap metal yard, and my mom's going through it, and she's very excited by all the stuff. And there's this old rug made of dog fur that looks like my old dog, who has long since passed away. And then I was getting mad because all I wanted to do was dye my hair. What do you do with that?
Body.
What does that one say about apples?
Owls have the ability to see in the dark and therefore represent your intuition or ability to really see what is going on around you and within yourself. The owl is also a wise advisor. Because of its association with darkness, it could also suggest fear or danger.
I was being attacked by owls, specifically. Also bumblebees, but mostly owls. Snowy owl. Very vividly. You back in body?
I'm back in body. Let's see. Hair. Ears, eyebrows, eyelashes, armpit. Face, feet, toes, fingers, thumb. Hair.
Mm-hmm.
Hair. In dreams, hair is a symbol of strength and virility. If the hair is in good condition, the dreamer may be feeling vital or strong. But if the hair is in bad condition, this can reveal feelings of low self-esteem or a lack of strength.
I don't know about what dyeing my hair means about the condition of my hair.
If you are bald in your dream, this can highlight your intelligence.
Oh, no, I was not.
Doesn't mention dyeing, but it does mention like a haircut. Changing your hairstyle or washing your hair suggests a change in attitudes or a change of mind. You may want to let your hair down.
Well, I mean, this was at the start of April, and I was working 4 jobs and multiple other things, so that makes sense. It was time for a vacation.
Time for a change. Good for you for delving into your dreams.
Thank you. Your turn. What's next?
Okay, dream number 2.
My next one will have a very obvious thing to look up.
Okay. So, this dream had my girlfriend and Judy, who's been on the podcast before. So, I had a dream that my girlfriend Judy and I were at Pioneer Village wandering around. A woman comes out and goes to show us the upstairs of one of the buildings that they just redid. They've turned it into a knitting and crochet room. I mentioned they should also teach knitting and crochet. I then follow my girlfriend and this lady outside to long wooden tables lined up along a fence, where they proceed to pull out their knitting to do while chatting. I had forgotten mine, so I went back to the building to get it, where I ran into Judy, who had bought some knitted kitchen supplies. We return to the table and start to knit. Everyone is talking but me. As we are sitting at the table, I noticed that the benches weren't really steady, so I have to stay really still. I ended up tipping over the bench and had to go put it back together, where I now think it's better to sit astride it. The tables have somehow become all one table, and I had to pull it out from under another group of boys down the way. So I threaded the table back between the chairs. I was called away for something and had to return my knitting, which had turned into a pumpkin. There was also a horse now there, eating another pumpkin that I had to return. So I got up and brought the 2 pumpkins to my aunt and uncle, who were handling the returns, in a field growing with plants. I put them down in between some of the vines and ran off towards the fence, where we were all lining up to jump over, like track and field high jump. I ran up to the fence and used my momentum to propel me over to the other side that had turned into white sand and pretty colored flowers. Then I woke up. I must say, that was one of my most twisted dreams.
The first entry under T, so...
What does table say about me?
Well, first we're going to start with knitting. That seemed to be a major theme.
There's knitting in there, but not pumpkins?
Maybe it's under vegetable or something. If you are knitting or doing crochet, the symbols may be indicative of some waking situation. For example, if you dropped a stitch in the dream, have you been tactless in waking life? If there was a break in your yarn, have you argued with someone? Wool has formed the earliest of times, represented warmth and protection. And if you are knitting with wool or sea wool in your dreams, it can suggest gentleness or motherly qualities within yourself. Be aware, too, of the phrase pulling the wool over someone's eyes. There might be things that you don't know about or don't wish to see at the present time. The table symbolizes your social connection with others. If the table is bare, it suggests that you are giving very little of yourself. If the table is expensive or of good quality, it suggests high-quality relationships with others. Your place at the table refers to your self-image And a dressing table refers to your attempts to create good social imagery. Alternatively, dream tables can also indicate the need for hard work and perseverance to achieve your goals. Do we want to do the veggie cult, or should I do the airplane? Or the cat? Let's do the cat one. There's a lot of them.
Oh, God.
And then I'll read the one about the podcast. That's our last one. We'll look up cat first. So I dreamt that there was a brown and black fluffy cat wandering around in a parking lot. I had picked it up and gave it one of my mom's cat's collars since it was now mine. I was watching this cat suddenly from a bird's eye view where half the time I was the cat and half the time I was just following along with the cat. Then the cat went around to a factory and one of the workers picked her up. He called the number on the collar, which for some reason wasn't my mom's, which is the number on my cat's collar. But it was the vet's number, and the vet said it wasn't the right cat, but it must belong to someone, so he lets the cat go, and I somehow mentally tell her she needs to come home back to me.
Cats in dreams as representing the hidden or secretive side of a person's nature. Cats often feature in dreams of women to represent the urge to care for someone, or, in some cases, a desire for sex and the need to reproduce. It says stealth, ferocity, power, strength, cunning, and the will to survive are suggested by wild cats in dreams.
This was like a stray. And this is also mid-April, so...
That is true. Stress. You needed to do some self-care.
Yeah. I feel like most dream interpretations are just going to tell you to do self-care, or they're like, you're stressed out about something.
Or, you're psychotic, go see a therapist.
Well, yeah, okay, that's us too.
Yeah, that's unfortunately us as well. Okay.
Oh, okay, I have two more. So I'm going to share one short one with one word that you can look up, and then I'll talk about the podcast one.
Okay.
So look up fire.
Okay.
So I had a dream that I was in a different world that was almost exactly like ours, except that they did not have fire. Fire was so precious and rare that they didn't have a word for it. So I was trying to communicate what fire was, and when I made fire for them to show them what it was, I became a celebrity.
Fire is often considered the most fearsome and powerful of the four elements because it not only devours, causing pain and destruction, it also purifies, cleanses, and illuminates. In dreams, fire is a potent symbol of the passion of strong emotion and burning love, as well as of new beginnings. It has many different and conflicting meanings, and interpretation is sometimes difficult. Standing in or being in flames can therefore suggest that burning out of old attitudes or experiences to make way for the new. But such a dream could also represent your fears of a new phase of your life.
What about making fire? It was very clearly, like, in my hand.
So a controlled dream fire can also symbolize security. The fireplace or hearth is the heart of the home and the center of warmth, and to dream of it may show that you feel comfortable with yourself. Freud said that fire was a symbol of libido and passion, and a dream of poking a fire represented sexual arousal. Well, you know, I think there's a trend.
Yeah.
I'll give you a good website.
Oh, God. Thanks.
You're
Is
welcome.
it Tinder?
No.
Which is fire?
Steve brought it back.
Okay, so now I'm going to share the podcast one because it's funny. I had a dream that this podcast that we're doing right now did really, really well. Bailey and I were asked to talk at a Girl Power conference as guest speakers, but Bailey was too shy to talk in front of that many people, so I had to do it alone. She was there as emotional support. We were in this weird hotel with a very small theater, and we were watching the first performance, and this person was giving the worst jokes. Really racist, really cringy jokes. After that, there was a slight pause before we were supposed to go on, and I was trying to find our hotel room. The hotel only had 2 floors, and for some reason our room number was 13.5, but there was only rooms 13 and 14, a very Harry Potter moment there. And I was really, really confused. And then this random person from my school was there, and she told me that it was her room I was trying to get into.
Speaking of podcasts and followers and speaking at these conferences, we have a fan.
Well, we hope it's a
Hopefully.
fan.
Maybe someday. We see you. You're the only person that listens to us that is not one of our friends.
Or my family. Thank you.
We hope we're entertaining for you at least, and we hope that we're entertaining to other people as well.
Now that this is video, maybe more people are going to be watching on YouTube.
Maybe. So drop us a like and a comment. I know we say that a lot, but let us know that you are liking it. Especially on YouTube. Drop your thoughts and opinions.
So let's do some tarot readings before we wrap up. Do you want to do tarot, or do you want to do magical fairy messages first?
Oh, magical fairy.
I did one about the podcast, and it told me to walk away, so I don't know what's going on, but here we are. This one's a little bit easier, these magical fairy messages. I haven't done tarot in quite a while. The last time I did tarot with Bailey, it told us our friendship was going to die.
And it's still burning strong.
But there was one instance when I was doing tarot at one of our murder mystery parties. I did a reading for a friend, and it said her mother was going to have another child, which was absolutely ridiculous. Her mother was over 50 and happily married. Like, there was no way. And then about 10 years later, her mother got remarried and has stepkids. So
Careful what you ask.
So let's read one of these. I'll show you one of these cards. It's from a friend of ours. Shout out to the friend of ours who's actually listening.
Thank you for listening. We love you.
She may come on one of these days. We'll see.
It'd be fun to have her on. Maybe she'll do video with us.
So ask a question, Bailey.
Will our podcast ever succeed?
If we draw that walk away card again, I don't know what we're going to do.
I think we're just going to have to end the episode. Pick a card, any
Don't
card.
look at it yet.
I'm not going to look at it. Okay, I'm just going to let it go. I didn't look. I didn't look.
And then you dropped it.
I panicked.
It's on camera now.
I panicked.
Goodbye to the old, hello to the new. You finished one part of your life, and now a new and even better part is beginning. Maybe that's a sign.
See, you really can't read your own tarot.
Well, me.
She did my tarot a while back, and it was all positive. Flowers and roses. Then she drew for herself, and it was the end of our friendship.
I'm also someone who sometimes has prophetic dreams. Let's ask one more question. Judy's bridal shower is coming up.
Yes.
So Judy's bridal shower, which I am planning, and Bailey is helping. And we're having almost 20-something people show up.
A lot of food.
And then we're going to record one of these videos and podcast right after. So,
A busy day.
how is Judy's bridal shower going to go? Connect with nature. We're rejuvenated and inspired by spending time outdoors, which we are.
So we're having the bridal shower actually at my house. Outdoors, we have a tent, 2 tents, and tables, and a lot of food. And you did little pretty flower arrangements.
Well, not yet, but I will.
Will. And they will be very pretty.
Hey,
Nature.
these are nice. Let's
Nature.
do one more of these.
They're being nice to you right now.
The tarot will be much worse, and I actually have to look up all the tarot meanings, so that'll take.
Yeah. Well, we'll do one of my deck too.
Okay, well, give me another question. These ones are being nice to us today.
What question do I want answered?
Can we put the horse show tomorrow?
No, we're not going to jinx it.
Ooh, let's ask about the dog show. How's Bailey's
No.
dog show gonna go? Okay, that doesn't make much sense, but it's telling me to express your individuality. Allow your true self to shine because you're awesome.
I like this deck.
It's much nicer than the tarot has been, that's for sure.
I like this deck. Yeah.
Let's do yours now.
So we'll do my deck.
For the tarot, we should ask about our friendship and see what it is this time.
Are we going to be friends? Are we going to be friends still?
Business associates. Okay,
I'm horrible at shuffling. It takes a minute.
I've noticed.
It takes a minute for me to do anything.
I can't wait to watch this back and see how many times you roll your eyes at me.
I didn't know when you roll your eyes at someone, it's not physically like rolling your eyes. It's just looking up. I never knew that. Why is that a thing? You're not rolling your eyes. You're looking up. I don't know. These ones are empowerment cards, so they're meant to make you feel all fuzzy and warm inside. Aw, have a magical day. Everything you do today, try to add a little magic. When you stir your morning coffee, stir clockwise and set your intentions. To dress yourself in magic. In these boots, I walk with confidence. It's important to remember the magical being you are and use your magical energy to live a more empowered life.
Sure.
Flowers and rainbows. It's fluffy. Popped up. Use crystals.
Do we have crystals in here?
I do actually have tons of crystals in here. Meditation balances emotions. Oh, it's telling me to meditate. I've been really slacking. I do try and meditate, but
I can't do that.
I need to bring it back. Oh, and another one popped out. Time for tea. We should get some tea after this. I can put ice in it.
Do you still have that tea that has the chia seeds in it?
I don't know if I have that one, but I have a magical tea that'll turn color.
Oh, that's fun. Fun fact, Bailey sells teas. But
Or-
not really.
That was another venture. Hence why when I wanted to start the podcast, I had almost everything for it already.
We should do reaction videos to the Big Red's adventures.
Oh, no. I, back in my youth, tried to make...
We've talked about it.
That's true. But if they're just joining us now on this episode,
It's true.
I did try the YouTubes before. And I was doing an adventure channel called Big Red's Adventures. There are no videos up on there. It went not so well. So that's why you won't see that now. But you are seeing the podcast because podcasting is something that I wanted to try.
They almost didn't see the podcast because you almost tried to skip this week.
I'm tired. These cards keep popping out. Bye.
Do you want to ask a question or should I just ask it about our friendship again and see what happens?
Ooh, I'll ask it.
Okay, you ask it. It's nicer to you than it is to me. This deck is angry at me. It's been a while. And these are the Gateway to Divine Tarot. If anyone's looking, I really like this deck. They're very beautiful. I have 5 tarot decks, so. Let's do basic spread, past, present, future advice.
I gotta choose 3. 4.
Advice.
Right. Okay.
Ask your question.
I use Oracle, mainly. Are Ricky and I going to be friends forever?
Very yes or no.
Till death do us part.
We're not married. Pick your past, our past. Think about our past. Me falling down the stairs.
That's what I was thinking about. Don't worry, we've been friends a long time.
Don't look at the card. Don't throw it on the ground either.
I'm not gonna look at it and throw it.
Okay, that's our past.
There it is.
Now think about our present as you stare at us in this beautiful video with the lighting,
So
looking
sucky.
good. Just don't look at the card.
I'm not looking at the card.
Okay, now our future. This is the big one. Think about the future of us. Together. Best friends. Forever.
Even after death.
Don't look at that card.
I'm looking at it.
Okay, now advice about our friendship. What are our issues? I feel like you need to see what's happening up in the camera. Just pick a card.
I'm going. It's under here. It's right here.
Okay, let's take 10 minutes to interpret these.
Okay, let's show them the card first.
So we're gonna start with the past, and you drew the 2 of coins here. So because I haven't done this in forever, I have to go searching through the book. What do I want? Everything flows, the only constant is change. The trick is learning how to ride the flow. It takes talent and practice to proceed. This card can represent working on multiple projects or keeping a day job while you pursue your real interests. I was looking at the book. So our present, that would be more of a present card almost. This doesn't look good.
Oh!
So you drew the 3 of Swords.
Yeah, that looks a little creepy.
What's
our present?
Swords. Why can't I find the sword? There it is. Did I say 3? I said 3. Relationships, thoughts, and words can bring pain and sorrow. It is important to fully feel and communicate when appropriate, both pleasant and painful feelings. This card can represent a relationship crisis that may or may not be a workable solution. The true challenge is the overwhelming feeling that you could be destroyed by your sorrow.
I acknowledge your feelings.
I didn't know you need to.
I didn't know I needed to either. Maybe that's our problem. It's where we're falling apart.
Well, let's see what the future. You drew the Justice card for the future. Justice represents fairness and equilibrium, and it brings the ability to evaluate the true pros and cons of a situation. Justice can indicate legal matters. You may need to resist the impulse to enforce your personal style of justice.
I get the house.
It's your house. Justice requires a very cool, impartial approach to a situation. If you cannot do it yourself, someone may be able who can mediate for you. Are we going through a divorce?
Sounds like it.
Why is this? I'm scared about the advice. Well, we drew the 8 of Wands this time. I'm scared. Maybe it's talking about our Sims and not us.
We started playing ourselves as the Sims, and it's been very entertaining.
I do magic and tickle her voodoo doll.
And that's the only way my Sim gets happy.
That's because you gave up your soul to a ghost.
That is true.
So the advice for us is to seek out new experiences.
I know what you've been dreaming about. I don't want to see those kind of experiences.
Although we do know we would be compatible if you were a man.
That was a different day.
Should I ask it the same question and see what it says?
Yeah, let's see if you ask it the same question.
It's been really accurate, which is a little scary.
So we're getting a divorce.
Yeah, sorry.
Not even married.
That's why I said if we did get married, prenups.
Well, obviously, we'd get divorced right after.
Oh, yeah. Only long enough you can claim my tuition on your taxes.
It wouldn't give me much.
No.
I'd also have to take on your student loans.
Which are $20,000 less than I thought. We're not talking about it on the podcast.
Got it. Like I said, doing it.
Past. I'm scared now.
I'm scared too.
Present.
We do try and do short videos. It just never ends up that way.
We need to be better about the time. We need to set a timer.
No, because then it'll feel rushed and unauthentic.
Future.
Don't look at me like that.
I'm not even looking at you. I'm looking at you through the camera.
I know, and I'm looking at you looking at me through the camera.
Okay, let's see what we've got this time. For our past. Page of Coins. You probably can't even see that. There we go. Back to the book. Why are you shaking your head at me? I can see you.
How do you have that good of peripheral vision?
I'm not blind. The Page of Coins asks you to learn practical skills that you can use to support yourself and to create beauty, health, and wealth. She also brings messages about luck, money, and resources.
For a pass?
Apparently, I'm a resource to you right now. That makes sense. Our present is strength. It's interesting that we're both drawing some major arcana here. The great cats show the strength of having great physical power and not using it unless necessary. Unlike a yapping dog, a tiger would never be seen. Strength is the soft control of an open hand. What does that mean?
Oh, wow.
And then the next one I drew was the sun.
It likes you better than me today.
Yeah, that's weird. The sun represents the creative element of... elemental fire of life. The material forces of nature symbolize energy that is essentially human in character and potential. The sun represents individuality, joy, and life for our future. You got it, very bleak. Advice. Oh, the wheel. How did I draw 3 major arcana? Here we go, the wheel. Let's see what we've got. The devil, death, hanging man. Justice. Am I going the right way? The advice is use the awareness of cycles to make changes, including seasons and phases of the moon.
You need to be nicer to me.
No. Smack. Do not condone physical violence.
But she does it anyways.
Shit, lying. There you go. Happy?
Yeah, happy. The tarot deck was very...
Big this time
Big.
around. I don't like that. Usually it's
And-
not that big. And we're having a divorce. I didn't know we needed...
I didn't know we needed one either.
Some space might be nice, I guess.
We are very close right now.
Very close. Oh, look at how pale I am compared.
We're so white.
Tattoos! Yeah, you can see them. Okay, I think that's it.
All right. Well, that's all for today, guys. We talked about our dreams and we read some oracles.
And next week, whether we film it or not, we're not sure, but we'll have Judy on and we'll be talking about the Apothecary Diaries in our next fandom episode.
And yeah, hopefully this will edit nicely for me.
Thanks for hanging in there.
Thanks for hanging out. And like always, guys, cheers.